Hello, 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 hello. It is it is the old geek, and I am here with probably my last stream before Christmas. I don't think I'm going to get another chance to do another one before Christmas, but we'll see. We'll see. It is Call of Cthulhu night, and I shall be reading to you. I have somebody lurking in the wings. I'll add our lurker in very shortly. But I'm just going to say hello to everybody in chat. Hello, Justin. Hello, Halakar. Hello, Iman. Hello, Joker. Hello, Roland. Hello, Lee. How are you all? Boxing Day. It's all to do with Arms for the Poor, putting out a box with donations for the poor. It's nothing to do with boxing up presents. I believe it's for giving out stuff to the poor. So it's that as far as I know. As far as I know, from what I remember. I was still going to do today, Halakar. Wednesday was my last Wednesday night one for until the new year, because next Wednesday I'm going into hospital in the afternoon, and somebody has been very kind as to offer to run a game of the One Ring early evening. I don't know how long the game will go on for, but I don't know if I'll have the energy to stream, but I'll happily sit back and play a game. So we'll see. Depends how long I'm in hospital for, I guess. It should only be a couple of hours. So it's only a bit of a poking and prodding to make sure I'm okay. Looks like it's something to do with my diet that's caused a few issues down below. I can't, of course, you all know I can't have milk products, and my calcium levels are very, very low. So that appears to be what's causing things to go a bit wonky. Remember I had that bad back a while ago? That's associated with it. Anyhow, I think I'm now going to bring in my my lurker. Hello, Iman.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hi.
Yes, I changed my display name based on how long my beard is. I've decided that's my thing.
Okay, that's fine. I've started actually properly. I've never. My beard has always been just laziness.
Yeah, me too.
This week I thought, do I shave it off, or do I actually trim it and try and cultivate it? So this week I've got rid of all the neck stuff and trimmed it to try and make it look a little more even. And I'll see how it goes before the wife realizes I'm actually growing it a bit.
I like it. Yeah, it looks more tidy. Yeah. Well, some people say to me that I look better with my beard tidied up, but then I just think I look more like an Asian, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean, because there is a certain.
Do you get what I mean? Because they all have that. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a certain look.
They all. I am Asian, so it's fine.
Well, we know that. You're a proud Asian, and there's nothing wrong with that. We are in very much a multicultural society here.
We certainly are. That's what I like about it.
And
especially
we mostly.
He's a pig, human-pig hybrid.
Yeah, I mean we mostly get on, don't we? I mean, there's a few knobheads, but we mostly get on.
Who are the knobheads? I've not come across any, unless you.
Well, there's a few. I haven't encountered many knobheads in my time, but there's a few shouty knobheads who don't get on with people on the other side and whatever. And I know
normally people would accuse me of that.
Well, I will say that I live the part of Birmingham where I live is I've got an area called King's Standing, which is just across the main road, and that is White Meathead Central.
Oh, so that's like what you would like. Yeah, okay, I understand.
So you know the types who go to football matches, the yob types, Javs. It's full of those. Full of knobheads, and
take back our jobs,
all that sort of stuff. And you'd probably get shouted after if you wandered around there. It's
more than likely.
So
I mean, I will say, within the past 10 years, people like that are few and far between. I mean, obviously they still exist, but thankfully, you know.
We call them the British government. They don't get on with the indigenous British people. Well, that's been the case for a long, long time, Justin. That's been the case for a long, long time. Yes, yeah.
I would say something, but I don't want to risk getting him demonetized.
Hello, Mercurius. How are you? And we have a Joker. First time joining us on a Friday, Joker.
Oh, hey, mate.
Hello.
Hello, Joker.
Nice to have you back.
How are you? Hello. You're getting addicted to this live streaming nonsense, are you?
Indeed.
Indeed, yes, it's addictive. It's addictive. Oh, I see some green. I see some green. Mercurius, thank you. I wish I could give more for membership. I wish I could even. I was thinking if I could write something or do something, but I can't. I don't have the consistent time to do it. So, oh well. But thank you. Cheers. Yes, Justin. All right, Justin. Yeah. Yeah. An example of the knobheads. I mean, to be honest, there were knobheads on both sides, and that's why my position is what it is. There were knobheads in every walk of life, of every political persuasion, of every ethnic grouping, of every sexuality grouping. There are knobheads everywhere.
Of every religious belief, let me tell you that much.
There are knobheads, and that should be the only defining factor in life. Is somebody a knobhead? If they are a knobhead, tell them to piss off. If they're not a knobhead, hello. Yeah. If they're not a knobhead, hello. Do you fancy coming out for a beer? Shall we go for a bag of chips or whatever? Depends what you want to do, doesn't it? But yes, that is my only rule in life is don't be a knobhead. It's as simple as that. And believe me, in my time on the internet in the last few years, I've seen a lot of knobheads. Twitter is full of them. Twitter is
X, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, X, whatever you want. Yeah, Twitter is just.
I said my rule is kind of similar. You can do whatever you like as long as you're safe and as long as you're happy and as long as you're not hurting anyone.
You will confirm this, Iman. There are certain Muslims who will have a beer sneakily, won't they?
Oh God,
yeah, it depending on the time of year, you could consider me one of those, but I'm not really. It's not really my thing. But yeah. Mate, some of my friends eat pork. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, I can't say to them, "Oh, mate, you shouldn't be doing that," because they know they shouldn't be doing that. They're an adult.
Yeah, but to be honest,
plenty of them that break all the rules.
Yeah. There's plenty of people of all types who break whatever rules they can get away with.
Well, people say that it's like, you just pick and choose what rules. Well, people say, you just pick and choose what rules you stick to. And it's like, I can see that logic, but that's not true. Because if that was true, I wouldn't be doing any of like the Ramadan stuff. Do you know what I mean? Who wants to do that?
Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I do
it every year. Just because I'd feel guilty in myself if I didn't. That's the only reason. Not the only reason. Obviously, I do it for God as well. But yeah, I do it because I'd feel guilty if I didn't. That's the end of it.
Right. My boss does, and he's second or third generation. Spent all his life here. Very, very Western in his outlook and his approach to people, but he follows his Muslim heritage. So, and he's a all-round sound bloke. Very, very pleasant, generous guy. Right, anyhow, are we playing? Yeah, I mean, I will always say that for me, obviously, I'm not religious, And the hardest part about even contemplating vegetarianism would be bacon. I'm sorry, Iman, but you are missing out there. You really are. Iman's gone silent. Iman, are you alive? Oh, he's muted himself. He's probably yeah. Bacon and chicken. Chicken. Oh, chicken, bacon, and chicken, and beef and lamb. Yeah, okay.
I was just doing something. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you were becoming a member. Thank you, Iman. You're a good man.
It's the least I can do for you, my friend. Thank you so much for everything you've done over the past year. You've honestly made my life so much better. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
No
seriously.
Problem. I know you don't celebrate Christmas, and I know you don't drink, but there is some port in that glass. And,
hey, I'll cheers you when I'm in the shed.
Cheers me when I'm in the shed. Yes.
When you find the key.
But seriously, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and thank you everyone else who's taken part.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a good place here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be doing all this. I mean, I never knew whether the
for 99p a month. Well, I mean, can't go wrong, can you?
I wish I could do. I wish I could guarantee that I could put out something, but.
Well, for me, having green next to my name is good enough because green's my favorite color. So let's go.
Splendid. I mean, I've got a full-time job and a job I have on a Sunday night, and then I like to put a lot of time into doing keep my YouTube channel ticking over. So I've got all these adventures in my head and on paper and notes scattered around that I'd love to type up at some point and just formulate, and it just isn't happening. It just isn't happening. But hey ho. Mercurius, you are a star. If you're if you're in chat right now, if you're in the chat right now, you've just received a membership to the channel from Mercurius Orlicus, then make sure you say thanks, because that's brilliant. Just it had to be Justin. I've just been on Bear's stream with Justin. Yes.
I was going to say as well, if anyone's going to one up me, it has to be Mercurius.
Yeah, Mercurius is generous. I believe
he's clearly learned from his namesake Marcus Aurelius.
Well, I believe Mercurius is from down under as well. He was on Bear's stream. They were dissing me for my love of cricket, and I believe Mercurius is a proud Aussie. And here we have Midu as well. Hello, Midu. How are you doing? But yeah, Mercurius is a proud Aussie. He was there to back me up when it came to cricket, which is, of course, one of the greatest British inventions. I know you're not sporting fans, but I am. From the Antipodes. Indeed. Well, there you go, Midu. There you go. You can thank Mercurius for that membership, because it was Mercurius who bought it, yeah. So nice one indeed. Have you two just swapped places? You have, haven't you? Because Iman just cut out and came back in again.
Damn it!
Barbarians
on
Bear Stream
to
indeed.
The shed.
Barbarians indeed on Bear Stream, very much so. Justin, I'm not a fan of the Beatles either. My reason is because I went out with a girl when I was 19 who was absolutely obsessed with the Beatles. And whenever I stayed over at her place, all she ever played was Beatles. All she ever talked about was Beatles. And this is after
Sounds
my
like
parents.
This isn't your current wife.
No. And this is after my parents brought me up on a diet of Beatles. Not not the Crawley Beatles, but the music Beatles. I didn't eat Beatles. So yes, I respect everything the Beatles ever did for British music and music in general, but I don't really like them. Music isn't bad. I just don't really like them.
And the worst thing John Lennon ever did was find Yoko Ono.
Correct. If you compare the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, I prefer the Rolling Stones. Beatles versus
God,
Kinks, I prefer the Kinks. Beatles versus Small Faces. Animals, I like the Animals. Creedence Clearwater Revival, great. My dad got one of their albums when I was young. The Kinks
they have a few good tracks.
The Kinks were the first band to have a hit single with a really distorted guitar solo. And that is believed to have been one of the things that sort of helped create the heavy metal sort of sound. The guitar solo on "You Really Got Me." So there you go. I thought the Kinks were fantastic, great band, but they were before my time. I mean, anyhow, I'm going to start me reading because chat has been bouncing between 8 and 11. People are probably going, "Oh, he's waffling on. I'm off. I'm off." He's been drinking again. Yeah, I'm not listening to this nonsense. Yeah. Right.
All right. Where are we?
Okay. I've got it written down here that we were on. Hang on. We're Alex. I've got it written down here that we're on 298. We're here for Cthulhu. Indeed.
Next to the hut by the river.
Justin. Hello, a nerd's nerd. How are you doing? As you found out on Bear Stream, my favourite band ever are Joy Division, but I would list amongst my top 10 bands The Cure, Nine Inch Nails, Tool. Who else would I put in there in my top 10 that people would know? Nirvana. Saw Nirvana live twice. Echo and the Bunnymen, if you know them. Sisters of Mercy, Fields of the Nephilim, Pink Floyd, and I think who else would I put in my top 10? I'd put Portishead in there. I would put Portishead in my top 10, if you know your Portishead. Very different to the other bands I listen to, but absolutely wonderful. Iman appears to have lost his connection. See ya.
He must be in the shed.
Yes. Nirvana, no, me do. I saw them play live twice once when they headlined Reading, once a year before when they were low on the bill, and they were really, really entertaining as a live band. Yes, they weren't musically brilliant because they were absolutely wired off their heads, but when they played a gig absolutely straight, and that was the MTV Unplugged gig, they were wonderful, absolutely brilliant. They proved they could play that day. But there was something about them. Let's add him on back in.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you just at the right time because Nirvana are my favourite band.
Right, and I saw them play live twice.
Well, I was going to ask you actually. I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. It was Reading '92 that you went to, right? The one that they recorded.
I went to 91 and 92. Yeah.
Oh, you went to both. Oh, so you did see that moment where Kurt was like, "Oh, a lot of people don't like my wife, so I'd like to give her a message. Just repeat after 3, we love you, Courtney," or whatever.
Yeah.
You were there. Did you say we love you, Courtney?
I think we chanted "fuck you, Courtney," but
quality.
But no, when he was wheeled on stage wearing that surgical gown.
Yeah, everyone was like panicking, right?
Well, there had been rumours that he wasn't very well.
That his drug use
So it
got
was
so
surprised
bad that
yeah. So we were like, oh.
But he played into it. That's what I liked about him.
He did, yeah. I mean, the thing is, their best album was the one, Nevermind made them famous, but in my opinion, their best album was the Unplugged one.
If we're talking about studio album, I'd say it's Nevermind. If we say just any album that they've released, easily MTV Unplugged, easily, not even a question.
To be honest, I preferred.
I mean, Alice in Chains Unplugged is really good as well.
I mean, to be honest, I preferred both Bleach and In Utero to Nevermind, but I didn't at the time. Initially, I liked Nevermind, but it was very overplayed. And if I was going to go back to listen to Nirvana now, I'd most likely put on Unplugged. But the next two albums I'd pick up would be either Bleach or In Utero before I'd pick up Nevermind.
I can kind of agree with you on that. Nevermind is probably the best, simply because there's not a single song I don't like on that album, whereas Bleach and In Utero have a few hit and misses.
They do, but the hits,
that's my
I think,
opinion,
are bigger.
obviously.
I mean, on Bleach,
I really like Scentless Apprentice.
On Bleach, I mean, the two I like Negative Creep and About a Girl on Bleach.
I like About a Girl, Negative Creep, and Downer, the one right at the end.
Yeah. The first Nirvana song I ever heard was Negative Creep. It was in 1990. It was in an underground nightclub in the middle of Leeds, which stank of weed and urine. The floor was swimming with Newcastle Brown Ale, all sticky and horrible. And there was one lone punk guy in these massive boots stomping away on this tiny sticky dance floor to Negative Creep.
He's a negative creep and he's stoned.
and I was just there going, this song's awesome. And look at him, he's a nutter. I was 18 years old.
It's easiest to play on guitar as well.
Yeah. I was 19, 19 years old at the time. I was just like, huh? I like this. And there we go. That was that. I'm sure that was a nightclub and not your house. It became my house. But hey, that dance floor was about 15 feet in diameter and had this wooden pillar in the middle of it. And everyone danced around the pillar or thrashed around the pillar. And loads of people headbutted the pillar in the course of an evening. It was very funny. It was tiny.
There was like a Mick Do mosh pit then.
Absolutely. It was at that nightclub that I discovered bands such Carter. Anyone ever heard of Carter, the Unstoppable Sex Machine? They were played a lot down there. Nirvana, Mudhoney were another band that were played
decent
heavily. There was an industrial band, Ministry, Front 242, 9 Inch Nails, all these bands. That's the place.
I know 9 Inch Nails, but everyone does, right?
The big highlight of the night was when they played Front 242's track Headhunter. If you've never heard that tune, I tell you what, piss off now for 5 minutes and listen to Headhunter by Front 242. It's a great
I'll add it to my list. 1 sec, I'm just going to search it now.
Yes, Chris.
The one thing I like about 9 Inch Nails, they surrendered all rights to Hurt after Johnny Cash sang it. Did they?
I know he said he felt like it wasn't his song anymore because Johnny Cash.
No, because basically 9 Inch Nails lead singer basically said, well, he done it better than us.
I think when he heard it, he didn't particularly like it, but when he saw the video that went with it, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
he thought,
that's kind of like David Bowie listening to Nirvana's The Man Who Sold the World and going, nah, it's their song now. I can't ever imagine him doing that.
But it is one hell of a video.
It is. It's a beautiful video. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Another of Johnny Cash's covers I like is his cover of Nick Cave's The Mercy Seat. I thought that was good.
And Rusty Cage.
I like Guns N' Roses' cover of "Sympathy for the Devil."
I think the Rolling Stones version is pretty much unsurpassable. But
I didn't say I didn't like the original, but at the time I never heard the original till I heard Guns N' Roses, so maybe that's where I got it from.
Richard, very, very few pictures exist of me at that time. There is a very bad photo of me the day that my dreadlocks were cut off.
You had dreadlocks?
Yeah.
Were you listening to Bob Marley or something?
No,
It was a weird time, don't worry.
No. And I was wearing ripped skin tight jeans, big army boots, and I had a Ministry t-shirt on.
Nice.
Yes. Hey ho.
Basically, it was basically the 80s goth before they went black.
Thing is, I was into goth music, but the goth look didn't fit me. Because I was short and stumpy. So I just looked like I'd been dragged out of a field most of the time. Anyhow, right. I've got here that we finished on. I've got in brackets 298. Does that ring any bells for any of you chaps here last week?
I didn't keep track of the pages, but I remember sort of where we were at.
I have a strong memory of actually getting out the cabin and buy some water.
I've got 298 is running away.
Yeah, so we like attacked the guy from behind, didn't we? And then we escaped the cabin.
And then we ran. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, me do. I'm just going to put this quote up. I don't ban people unless I spam porn links. In which case, I've got Nightbot set up to ban people. So yeah, you can say what you want. I mean, we can all like and dislike whatever we want, as far as I'm concerned.
The thing is with our level of maturity is that you realize you can like someone and not agree with everything they say.
Absolutely. My general belief is, as long as you're not a knobhead and you're not hurting other people, you can pretty much do and say what you like. It's as simple as that.
I was going to say, most decent people like us are thick-skinned.
Yeah. Just don't be a knobhead and don't hurt other people. Just don't, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I like Joker's little caveat as well, because people are sensitive these days, it seems.
Yes,
but
people are very sensitive.
We wouldn't say something offensive for the sake of offending someone. It's to make a joke. And one thing, certainly in Britain, if a British guy takes the piss out of you with a smile on his face, it means you're his mate. It's as simple as that. Australians are very much the same as well.
Yeah, Australians are the same as well. Yeah.
You're right, Cam.
and also with being as well as being decent people as we are, it's kind of knowing how far you can go with people that especially like me and John's type of humor. We go all the way back to when public correctness was not available or around. So that kind of comedy you can't say to certain people.
Yeah, exactly. Me do. Reasonable people are like that. Yeah, but the problem is that in the world at the moment there are so many people who are unreasonable. So many.
I mean, look, people are getting cancelled for stuff they said 5, 10, 15 years ago. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. People have changed so much since then.
Mercurius is Australian with soap if you use the C word. I think that's fair. That's fair. Yes.
But is it carbolic beginning with C?
Carbolic, yes. Right. Anyway, 298 is us running away and running away from being attacked in our shed. Do you get attacked in your shed? Do you get attacked in your shed?
I did once.
You've been attacked in your shed.
That was when me and my brother shared it, though.
You were attacked by your brother.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Right.
It happens.
You dash out. I'm starting to read. Shut up. You dash out into the night, running as far and as fast as your body can manage. The cold air burns your lungs. The surrounding trees sound alien as they rustle, making you all the more terrified. Every few minutes, you emerge from the trees to a section of dirt road. You keep praying that you'll see your partner's car arriving. But deep in your soul, you know it won't come. After almost an hour of mad flight, you come to a crossroads. You recognize it from your journey up to the cabin. You're not sure which direction leads to the highway and which leads deeper into the woods. The forest feels inescapable. Now, who of you two has got some percentile dice to hand?
Not
Have
me.
either of you? No.
No, not me either, unfortunately.
Have either of you, both of you are new to RPGs, have either of you bothered to buy dice yet? No.
Not
I
percentile
have a
dice.
set,
No.
but I can't remember where I put them.
No. So have I got a roll? Is that what you're saying? There we go. We've got to make a navigate roll.
I mean,
So
I've got
here's
one D20 in hand.
No, D%, player. D%.
Can you not just
Right,
roll
now-
5 d20s? Will that not be basically the same thing? No, it's not, is
because
it?
No, it's not. Because that would then be a bell curve, and that'd be rubbish. Right, I've rolled 17.
Yes, the distribution. Yes, you're correct.
I've rolled 17, which is a fabulous result, which means we've passed our navigate check. If you succeed, go to 299. You pick one pathway and follow it. Even after hurrying on for what feels like ages, you can't tell if you made the right call. The flashlight you carry is the only way you can see surroundings. The only thing you can tell is that the forest is quieter here. Eventually, you start to tire. You're also getting seriously cold, and you lean against a tree to catch your breath. Okay, have we got well rested ticked? No, we haven't. So we're not well rested. Yes. People, yes. Dice, very cheap online, you know. Dice are very cheap online. You try to catch your breath, but it doesn't seem to work. Your hand slides down to the base of the tree, and you collapse down to its roots. You suck air over and over, and your lungs feel icy. Despite the horrible situation you find yourself in, your eyelids feel heavy. You're not sure how long you wait, but it is some time until you feel as though you can get back onto your feet. You stand slowly, teeter, but manage to forge on. Right now, you just need to put distance between yourself and the chaos you escaped from. When the sun rises, you'll be able to reassess and begin to find your way back to civilization. Make a note of this entry number, which is 301. Oh, yes, support local hobby stores. If you've got a local hobby store, go there and buy some dice. Yes. Have you got one in Burnley?
There is some sort of shop like that. It's not a Games Workshop. It's more of like its independent thing. I can't remember what it's called, but they do like Yu-Gi-Oh, MTG, stuff like that. Yeah, so they probably
They'll sell dice. They'll sell dice. You can pick some nice colours. You can buy some dice.
Probably
right.
be green, knowing me.
Okay. We've got to take a point of damage. It does say take a point of damage. We'll make a note of 301. So if we're sent back to 301 for any reason. Okay, so let's go to 302. Pine needles and dirt crunch under your feet as you walk. You make progress, but with every step you feel yourself growing wearier. You need to find somewhere to rest. Maybe some high ground would be good. Or maybe you should look for a grotto. Anywhere sheltered would be best, right? Just as you spot a cluster of trees where it looks like you'll be able to rest and stay, you hear a faint hiss from behind you. What was it? Static? Was the sound static? Adrenaline surges through your system. Right, chat. First choice of the evening. Do we go and investigate the sound, or do we run like hell? Those are your choices. Investigate the sound or run like hell.
Fucking run!
Well, my curiosity is always to investigate. So
Okay. We're at 3-2 then for running at the moment. There's been no options to turn left yet, Justin, so you're stuck there. Nerds says investigate.
You can turn either 180 degrees to the left or 360 degrees to the left. Those are your options.
Come on, where's all the curious people? Come on.
Well, it's four people are curious and 5 people are scared. So that's the balance at the moment. We have 5 for running, 4 for.
I also found a place I can temporarily roll a D100 at the minute.
Oh, well done. Where's that? Online?
Yeah.
We have a D100
D&D dice roller.
That'll do the job. Okay, so we are running 5-4. The vote was to run like hell. Go to 308. No. You don't stop to think. You take off at a sprint and race into the forest. You resist the urge to call out for help because you know that none is coming. Ahead of you, moonlight just barely reveals a jagged pathway littered with sharp rocks and treacherous tree roots. You try your best to avoid them. Do we have running on empty and do we have fully charged? We haven't got fully charged. We have got running on empty ticked. So we're going to get to 309.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Your flashlight goes dead. You shout in frustration and try to shake the damn thing to wake it up, but it doesn't work. You're almost blind when you hit the uneven ground. With every step, you risk falling and breaking your neck. Joker, can you roll me some dice, please? And tell me what you get. D100, please.
Roll 1. 86.
86. That's not good. We failed. That was a luck roll. Your flashlight blinks out just as you reach the uneven ground. You shout in frustration, but there's no time to slow down. You rush blindly forward through the woods. For a while, dumb luck keeps you from slipping. Then the tip of your foot hooks against the lip of some gnarled tree root, and you go staggering forward. Joker, roll me some more dice, please.
$35.
What was that, sorry?
35.
35. We've passed our dex check. For a terrifying second, you're falling through the air. Then you slap down one foot, find your balance, and catch a hold of a passing tree trunk to stay standing. Recovery hardly slows you down. You keep running right away, putting as much distance as possible between you and the strange danger that's following. You keep jogging forward for as long as you can. Just as you're about to stop to catch your breath, you suddenly break through the trees and emerge, blinking into a moonlit clearing. Without the pine trees hiding the light, you can see much more clearly here. The clearing you've wandered into isn't very large, but somebody has still set up inside it. You see a small tent next to a dormant fire pit. Maybe you've found help. Okay, have we got familiar face? Checked. No. Wrong turn. No. So let's go to 275.
Just so you know, John, I've also brought up an online D100 dice roller.
Okay. It'll be your turn next then.
That's okay.
You made a lot of noise when you pushed through the trees into the clearing. Something rustles inside the tent. You've clearly woken up, whoever is inside. Hello? A timid voice calls out. The tent flap unzips, and an unfamiliar man steps out into the moonlight. He's fully clothed. He looks towards you, hesitates, then nods. You notice that his eyes show no sign of surprise. Okay, there's a choice here for everybody in chat and my 2 guests on the stream. Do we respond to him politely or do we respond to him aggressively? polite.
Since he's dressed, we can be polite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Polite.
I mean, if he was stark naked, we would show what the hell you're doing.
I do, Justin. I thought that when I read that. I think it's odd that it took time to tell us that he was fully clothed. Surely, it
Well, I
should
think it's
his clothing.
Maybe the guy that we attacked wasn't fully clothed. Not that I remember as such, but
He was. Maybe it's the middle of the night and he's just got out of his tent. So you think you've woken him up. And do people who go camping in the wilds of South Dakota
Either that or he's come back from the bar after lumberjacking.
Don't change, Justin. Please don't. Okay, right. So we're gonna polite has won the vote by quite a long way. So we respond to the man politely. Three, 335. Hello, you call out. You struggle to keep terror or anger from creeping into your voice. The man approaches you. He's smiling. Don't worry, the man says, and holds his hands up, empty palms turned towards you. It's okay. I'm your friend. His voice is small and falls eerily. His eyes are wide with excitement. You look around, but there's nothing in the clearing that gives you any new insight into what's going on. What's happening? You ask. You don't expect a real answer, but to your surprise, you get one. I'm someone who can hear it, the man says, then lowers his hands. Hear what? The child. What? The child of the forest. You've heard it too. I know you have. When it weeps, it sounds like static, you say. The man smiles. Yes, I knew it. You have heard of it.
no.
You hesitate. Turn to 336. Alex, he says. You freeze. How do you know who I am? The child told me. It just wants a family, Alex. That's what we can give to it. That voice in the static, you ask? The child. Yes. Hello, Keith. Okay. We are now conversing with the man. We have some questions. He read your name on your underwear. Like in Back to the Future. Calvin Klein? Hi, Calvin. How do you know my name? Calvin? Yes, it says so in your underwear. Right. These are our questions. Ask him what the child is. Ask him what the child wants. Ask how the stranger knows all of this, or ask if he's the man that you've seen around.
Ooh.
So, what is the child? What does the child want? How does the stranger know it? Or is this stranger the man who you've seen before?
Near the bottom three is good enough for me.
Well, not the second one, because we know what the child wants. The child wants a family.
True.
Possibly number 1 or number 4. Can you read the last one again, please, mate?
The last one is ask him if he's the man who we've seen around. You know, the guy who came to the hut.
Yeah, I'd go with that one. He probably would have said if we stabbed him and shit, but I mean, Worth an ask.
Okay. Which one did you say, Joker?
I'll go with either of the bottom two.
Okay. What's a child? What? Okay, we've got 2 votes for 1, 2 votes for 2. We're going to need some more votes because it's all very close. So if you've not voted yet and you're in the chat, give us some votes.
If Imran's going with 4, I'll go with 4. I'm happy with either of the bottom two.
Okay, we are tied then on Keith's going for 4, so he's pushed 4 into the lead.
Let's go.
So we've had 7 votes and we've got 11 people here. So there are 4 people who haven't voted. Whenever I say that, someone who's lurking, forgotten they're online, always leaves chat. So, Mercurius swings it back towards 1. So we've got we've got 3 1s, 3 4s, and 2 2s at the moment.
Desmond 2-2.
So I'm just going to relax and enjoy my port while you all decide which one to go for, because I'm not making decisions tonight. And actually, I need to go to the little boy's room. So you two behave yourself while I'm gone.
Okay. The 11 people in chat, does that include us, or is he just talking about the people in the YouTube stream?
I think he's everybody but us.
Okay.
I was contemplating on doing that as well.
I mean, if you need to go, you go. That's cool. I'll try and keep everyone entertained.
We gave our choices verbally. I mean, I was
okay.
toying with the idea of doing it in chat as well, just to put the numbers up.
I'm not sure if there's any rules against it.
No, I know, but
I mean, I know sometimes people. No, sometimes people sneakily vote twice, but they leave some distance between them, and John actually counts it twice. You know who you are, people. I'm just a guy who says, "No, guys, listen to me. I promise."
I am a knowing of all, but master of none of knowledge.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a pretty good way of saying it. I mean, I generally only tell people to listen to me if I know it's the right choice. If I don't know and I just think, I won't try and convince anyone.
I mean, there is a saying, and I can't remember the actual wording of it. Is roughly around that. Was it master of something? No, I can't remember. It was something of something. Master of none. What's the saying, John?
A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Yeah.
Do you know the full one?
No.
The full quote is, "A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one."
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
But oftentimes better than a master of one.
Right. My port is going through me, so that might happen a few times tonight. It looks like Medu and Roland have managed to. I noticed RW. You're no longer RW Boship. You've corrected your spelling there.
You changed to Bishop last week, I think.
Oh, did you back to Bishop?
Maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
It was Boship before, wasn't it? Yes. Right. Okay. So,
what one?
We're going for one. To ask what the child is.
Fair.
Okay. We do get to ask more questions. You keep calling it a child, you say. Oh, Boship. That'd be an American pronunciation, wouldn't it? Bullship. We'd say Boship. We'd say Boship here. You keep calling it a child, you say. What actually is it? The man smiles. Something ancient. I know, a strange name for one so old. I believe it was birthed from Mother Earth herself. It exists alone in the wild places of the world. It's lonely and it's aching. So we go back to 336. Do we, on the previous questions, we can go for 2, 3, or 4. Ask more about what the child wants. Ask how the stranger knows all of this, or ask if he's the man that we've seen around, such as our hut.
Well, and 1 was one of them that I wanted, so 4 was the other one. So I'll go with that again.
You're going to go with 4, okay? Joker?
Yeah, 4.
4, okay. Chat, 2, 3, or 4 from the previous selection.
Just ask him, alone in the wild places of the world, is it Bigfoot?
It's Batman. 1, 2, and 4 4s so far. For those who weren't here last week, the basic premise of this story, in Alone Against the Static, you can play as either Charlie or Alex. They are a couple, and they are trying to patch their relationship up by having a weekend away in a remote...
just say cabin in the woods. Just get it over with.
A cabin in the woods, yes, in South Dakota. And we are playing the role in this one. Chat chose to play the part of Alex. This is Alex. Charlie has gone to try and sort out power. So it's driven off in the car because the power went off on the first night. And we've been hearing all sorts of odd sounds coming from the woods. Alex has been for a walk, found various things in the woods, and she's been attacked twice while in the cabin by somebody a bit frightening. And didn't we stab him and run away last time?
Yes, with a butter knife.
Yeah, we stabbed him in the stomach with a butter knife and ran away. And
the deadliest cut of all.
And that's where we left it. So we're going to go for number 4. Ask if he's the man we've seen around. Midu keeps missing the choices. Pay attention, Midu. You are the guy I've seen around? He pauses, thinking, it may have been me, or rather, a version of me. What?
What the fuck?
I've given myself to the child, he says. I'm in its family now. If it wishes, the child can take my form. Indeed, the child takes many forms, those of its victims, past and future. We've still got option 3 and 4 to go. Option 3 or option 4? Option 2 and 3, sorry.
Wait, so
options again?
Yeah, we can ask all of them. We can ask all of them. It's just the order.
No. What was the other 2 options?
Ask more about what the child wants, or ask how the stranger knows all of this. Me do.
3.
Multitasking is evil. Multitasking is evil. We don't do it.
Especially this time of year.
I was going to say, does that mean that if, obviously we don't know this right now, but if we're one of its future victims, does that mean it can pretend to be us?
Have you ever seen my my T-shirt which says "Never beware the smiling dungeon master"? It might have been the child in the man's form. We don't know. You meant to, yeah. Will this question ever be answered?
Let's find out.
Let's find
I'm
out, shall we?
3.
Let's find out. Yeah, you're thinking 3, Iman. What do you say?
Yes, I said 3 as well.
Okay, we have 3 votes for 3 now. So how do we know this conversation right now isn't the child just talking to itself? We don't. I told you this adventure got interesting as it went along.
So either the guy we're talking to right now is the child, or the child is the version of the guy that came into our cabin.
Or embodied him.
We don't know, do we? But we've only got 8 people in chat at the moment. Chat has been a little.
I think
it's probably a bad night to do this, but hey ho.
Am I allowed to predict?
What? You can predict all you want.
Okay, I'm thinking. Do you remember the person said, "Oh, the child's cry sounds like static"? Well, what if when the child takes a form, it no longer sounds like static and just sounds like wailing? You know, like that guy was doing in the cabin.
We don't know, do we? We don't know. Good evening, Slan. Good evening. Right. We have voted for option 3 to ask how the stranger knows all of this. It is a burden, this knowledge. The man smiles. I came to this place years ago. I brought my camera. I wanted to document the wild, but I found something far more important to document. Something beyond comprehension. I found that the child would somehow manipulate the magnetic particles in my videotapes to show me visions of the future. He smiles wider, and so far they have all come to pass. The child exists beneath the earth, in the soil, in the trees, and in the pine needles at our feet. The power of the earth all around it lets it smell and taste and touch anyone who encounters it, whether they have already or not. What do you mean, you ask? It sees the future. For the child, there is only now, and now is everything all at once. It's why it was waiting for you, he says. In my time here, the child has shown me many things, all stored in my tapes. I've kept them and labeled them and tried to categorize them as best I could. Our last option is to ask more about what the child wants. So that's the last one.
Well, let's do that then. Maybe he's the person who left the videotapes in the cabin.
Maybe he is. The child, you say? It wants a family? The man nods. It's spent unsurmountable years alone. It sees past, present, and future. It has tried so desperately to adapt to the technology of our world, but it has failed. It just wants people to be with it, here, in its home. He gestures around. Okay, we now have an option, everybody. Do we tell the man he's talking nonsense, or do we ask him how we can leave safely? He's talking nonsense, or how do we leave?
How do we leave? Can't accuse him of talking nonsense.
There's a burglar alarm going off in my street.
Unless that's the skeptic in me.
What about the septic in you?
Yeah.
Everyone's voting leave. Yeah, I knew you'd say that, Justin. Talking nonsense. Good evening, Nerdy Ogre.
Sorry, I just went to put another cup of tea on. Yeah, leave, please. How to leave?
Leave, please. We're at 5 leave. We're at 2 talking nonsense. We're playing a game, Nerdy Ogre. We're playing a game. Chat are deciding how the game turns out. We're playing alone against the static.
I want to play a game.
So 5 have voted for leave, 2 have voted for he's talking nonsense. With 10 people in chat, talking nonsense can't win this vote now, so we're going to ask him how he can leave. 350. How can I get out of here? The man furrows his brow. You mean leave? Yes, you say. I want to get out of here and go home. I never want to come back here, ever. The man shakes his head. I'm afraid it's too late for any of that. The child has chosen you. It awaited your arrival for so long. You shake your head. I don't care. I'm not staying. You turn and make to run, just as a familiar voice rings out. Wait! You spin away from the man. There, standing on the edge of the clearing, is Charlie. His clothes are flaked with mud and dirt, and there are twigs caught in his hair. But he's here. He's alive, and he's smiling at you. Do we run to Charlie with open arms, or do we hesitate?
I don't trust him.
So you're saying hesitate?
Yes. Why the fuck would he be smiling at us? We haven't seen him for fucking nearly a day.
That's why he'd be smiling. He's happy to see you.
All I'm saying is, if I was covered with mud and had sticks and shit, like covered in my clothes, I wouldn't be smiling.
Nerdy, we don't have any beef with Charlie. We are in a relationship with Charlie. We are playing Alex, who's on screen, and Charlie is her boyfriend. Justin reckons that he is an illusion. Looks like hesitate's winning. Anybody else want to vote? Hesitate only needs one more vote to be. Actually, is it 1, 2?
Did you choose
4.
him, Ron?
Hesitate. Yeah, 6 votes for hesitate. Okay. Nerd says 100% hesitate. Okay, yeah. Hesitate. 351. Something in the base of your consciousness is sounding a terrible alarm, but another equally strong part is telling you to run over and embrace the person that you love. Have we got broken heart ticked? No, we haven't. Okay.
Elf.
If broken heart is ticked on the log sheet, the voice telling you to stay isn't loud enough to flee the clearing. Go to 10. Right. And then it says to run to Charlie, go to 343. So there's no option to. Okay, we've got to run to. We've hesitated, but the only option now is to run to him.
Wait, what?
That's odd.
Because we don't have broken-hearted.
Let me just see if that's been written badly. Just bear with me. Have I found a typo in the book? Okay. Oh, right, okay. If broken heart is checked or ticked, the voice telling you to stay isn't loud enough to flee the clearing. Okay, so if broken heart is ticked, then we have to go to 343. So we have an option now here. Do we run away or do we run to Charlie? Flee or go to Charlie?
Okay.
So flee or
Charlie.
I thought it was meant to say the opposite.
Yeah, it's just very badly phrased there.
Yeah, I would run away. Run away.
Charlie.
You really
On
going to
three,
do
one
this,
Charlie.
Joker? I'll fucking fight you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Run away, run away. How crazy are we? Well, we've only lost 2 points of sanity. We're on 48 sanity, Halakar, out of 50. So we're okay.
That could go very badly wrong very quickly, though.
Could do, yes.
It is Call of Cthulhu, after all.
It is. Okay. Running is winning.
Yeah.
Good.
Running is winning.
Joker's
running
like,
away
fuck
is
you,
what?
Marsh. You know what? The longer I look at that picture of Alex, the more creepy it looks. I'd rather you replace it with an ineffable horror.
It makes you stop watching EastEnders. That's all the picture does.
Yes, Halakar. Go and give him a big. Yes, it is Call of Cthulhu, the Diogo. Give him a big hug and cry on his shoulder about horses at the door and steak knife killings. That's in reference to last session. In jokes.
Yeah, so you just go and hug him, and all you hear is.
Right. No, you race for the edge of the clearing. You can make it out if you're fast enough. You hear the warped sound of your partner's voice calling after you, but you don't turn to look back. Then you hear heavy, slamming footsteps approaching fast. You can't help but look back for a moment. You see that your partner's body has warped and deformed. His skin has split, and horrid, dark branches burst from his flesh. Propelled by those disgusting long tendrils, he surges forward towards you. You turn back and race for the tree line. If you can just get there and break free, you can leave all of this behind you. Iman, your turn to roll.
Yes, sir. Four.
0-4.
Yeah, well, out of 100, yeah, 4.
Perfect. We succeed. 360. Also, when I played it through, my character failed that dex check.
Oh, it's lucky. The one that the website loaded up on was 56, so
That's a pass as well. Her dex is high enough. You run through the forest. You jump logs, duck under low-hanging branches, deftly avoid the moss-ridden stones. For a while, you hear the sounds of pursuit, but terror, rage, and anguish pushes you to run far longer than you ever have before. Eventually, the sounds of pursuit fade. You keep running, tears streaming down your face. You run for hours and only stop when the sun rises. By the light of the new day, you find your way through the trees back to the main road. You walk haggard for hours. Sometime in the mid-afternoon, when the autumn sun is beginning to dip, you are picked up by a passing trucker. He stares at you curiously and asks repeatedly if you are all right. You never answer him. You ask to be dropped to the center of town, but he drops you at the police station. Doesn't matter. It'll do. You head inside. Days pass in a blur of hospital visits, police reports, and soul-sucking interviews with smiling psychologists who assure you that they're only there to help. Search teams go into the Black Hills to try to find your partner. They don't find anyone, but you never really thought they would. They do eventually find your car. Even though it has your license plate, the searchers say that it can't have been the same vehicle, as it was rusted, covered in moss, and looked as though it had been abandoned in the forest for years. You find no reprieve, even in rest. When you sleep, you dream only of the forest, the lonely trees, the wet soil, and the endless night sky. But there's a strange budding warmth in your belly that makes everything seem fine. Somewhere out there is screaming, a chanting, the wind that unsettles the trees, the breeze that makes the pine needles dance across the forest floor. Then there's the static, a cacophony of sound running together, blending to create a long, all-encompassing drone. It fills your head, your very being. The static is all. Then suddenly the warmth within your stomach explodes. Your flesh tears, yet there's no pain nor blood. You watch in horror as the gnarled branches of some ancient tree emerge from your stomach, all while twisted roots encircle your bones, crushing and cracking them. You try to scream, but only static emerges. As the static fills you and everything around you, the last thing you are aware of is the endless sea of stars above you. The cold stars. Then darkness. The darkness lifts. The light of dawn brings you to wake. You don't recall how much time has passed. It might be years later, or it could be years earlier. Somewhere in the forgotten wild, you stir. You see the ancient forest around you. The pine needles feel like carpet on the ground. It's all warm and familiar. The wind flutters through the black hills to a place where no bears, rabbits, or birds ever tread. Trees shiver in the final moments of summer, and yet beneath the moist earth, you shift. Dead branches and fresh soil fall away from you as you emerge. Human again, you rise from the damp earth and breathe. You blink and hear the call of your master. The child awaits you. You have successfully completed the story and have been reborn to serve the child, as you will be again and again for all eternity.
Holy fuck.
When I played through as Charlie, I died. That playthrough as Alex, well, we survived, sort of.
I wouldn't call that a win, but it's not a loss either.
Yeah, it's one of those Cthulhu endings where
it's basically you survived, but at what cost?
Absolutely.
At the cost of all your sanity.
We still need to find the win ending where you defeat the child if that's possible.
Fuck. So if running away gets us to serve the child, what would running towards him done?
I don't know.
I think if we did that, he'd be running into danger. Then we'd have to find. We'd probably the only way for us to succeed is to kill the child. That's probably the only way of trying to
possibly
kill the child. Actually, run into it at some point. Try and torment it and kill it from the inside.
Whilst you were reading the ending paragraphs, I was just like, when's the bad twist going to happen?
Well, I think the whole thing was the bad twist at the end. We've obviously missed some kind of important clue along the way. But this is the ending. This is the ending that I had when I played it through. You never make it to the edge of the clearing. Just as you're about to break into the trees, you hear a footstep right next to you. You catch a sight of a tentacle whipping in your direction. You throw yourself sideways and manage to avoid the blow. But you tumble down and land on your hands and knees. Before you can stand, a catastrophic force slams into your back. Your spine is immediately crushed, and you fall face first into the ground. You feel two strong tentacles seize around your torso and yank you into the air. With agonizing slowness, the tentacles turn you around. You see your partner. She's a monster now. Only her face remains. As your vision goes black, the last thing you see is her face. She looks so disappointed. That was the ending I got when I played through. I actually died. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Mido. Thank you. We normally go on for about another 45 minutes, don't we?
Yeah.
But we have got to the end with a sort of a half and half ending. But when last week, do you remember we were taking the mickey out of it because it was a bit sort of
relationship dating sim? Yeah.
Yes, at the start. I think I like it. I think it gets better as it goes on. It's
definitely
it gets darker, and I think that's key for a good Cthulhu scenario, to start off very normal, very humdrum, going through the general aspects of life that we put up within a mundane day-to-day life, and then as it goes on, it just gets bleaker and bleaker and bleaker and more twisted.
Well, I think it sort of almost adds to the weirdness, the fact that it starts off so normal. It's not just normal, it's normal to the point of boring.
I mean, yes, Keith says Pyrrhic victory. Very probably, I guess we did miss a clue. The video camera probably was a big one.
Yeah.
But you're right, exactly. Though, Iman, the key to fantasy games and to horror games is to emphasize the mundane. Start at every opportunity, have the party talking to normal people, experiencing normal life, because then when the magic happens, the magic works. If it's constant fantasy, if it's constant silliness, then it loses its impact.
It does. 100%. Can agree there.
So,
can we start a poll in chat? Who wants to start the next playthrough now, or who wants to do it next week?
Well, next week will be the 29th. Yes, I can.
Oh, sorry, not next week. I guess.
Oh, I can do next Friday.
Oh, cool, awesome.
Yeah. Or I could run a Call of Cthulhu one shot in Discord if people want to play that instead.
And when are you starting the Horror in the Orient Express?
Early next year, January.
Would it be the first session, or?
The first session is almost certainly going to be the Tuesday rather than the Thursday, which I originally put up because most people have voted for the Tuesday. And if people haven't made their characters, we'll use that session to finish making characters. Or if people have all made their characters, we'll get started on the first Tuesday in January.
Okay.
But that's
I haven't made mine yet, but I've registered my interest. So
you have registered. Roland's got a character. Joker's got a character. Nutty's got a character so far.
See, you just need to work with him man for a character.
Yeah. Well, then we've got 5, which is ideal. And I know I've got about 7 people interested, and I'm happy with that because
8,
it means,
including me.
Yeah, it means if there's a week people can't make it, it means the game can still go ahead with 4 or 5 players. Absolutely fine. 3 players even some weeks.
Apart from the story, does anyone miss out if they don't attend a session?
No, not really. Not really.
It's not like an XP-driven thing or anything like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Or collectibles or.
Keith says, "Are we going to have another go?" So I'm going to put this out to chat. Have another go, or don't have another go. Up to you.
I want to play as Charlie. I want to see if we can get a better ending with him.
Shall we play as Charlie? Shall we start again as Charlie? It's completely up to you.
Can you put one up maybe with 3 options? Start again with Charlie, start again with Alex, or just leave it for now?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or a new book.
Choices: Charlie, Alex, or leave it for next week.
I think keeping it topical and Call of Cthulhu would be good, actually.
Charlie.
I vote Charlie.
Charlie? My first.
Charlie bit my finger.
I had a budgerigar called Charlie. And he could say his name. It was something more like Charlie.
That's cool.
That's all he could do. And he could peck.
Did you teach it to say, help, I got turned into a parrot?
He was vicious. He was vicious. Never quite got used to humans. Right, okay. I'm going to rub a few things out.
I'm 29. I barely got used to humans.
Well, that is, yeah. He didn't live to very old. I think he caught some disease of some sort.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Right, so we're going to play as Charlie. Yes. We are playing as Charlie.
Nice, let's go, chat.
Oh, I keep trying to scroll the picture across in StreamYard. Of course, I can't do that. I have to go out and come back in. Here we are. We are Charlie. Charlie's strengths are fighting brawl, first aid, intimidate, listen, natural world, persuade, psychology, and spot hidden. Those are his best skills. He's quite good at fisticuffs. Cheers, Justin. Cheers.
Spot hidden sounds useful.
His stats are all above average. Whoever rolled the dice for him was either cheating or was lucky.
Did you want to prove that men were better?
Well, maybe. For any women in chat at the moment, Charlie's intelligence is 65 and Alex's was 55. Charlie's willpower is 60, Alex's was 50.
Definitely a book of the times.
Notice as well, women in the chat, he has the listening skill.
It does, yes.
We all have the skill. It just depends on how we do it.
The skill is selective listening.
Yeah. What women do quite often.
Hello, O'Neill Flynn. Right. We're going to start as Charlie. So we're starting from the beginning, having just got to the end with Alex. For those who don't know what we're playing, let me just get the picture up. This is what we are playing. Alone Against the Static. And chat have chosen to play as Alex. Alex is a male nurse, hence the first aid skill, and you are driving. In fact, I'll start from the very beginning again. Somewhere in the forgotten wilds, where pine needles carpet the forest floor, something stirs. Wind whips around the Black Hills to places where bears, rabbits, and birds never visit. The trees of the surrounding forest shiver. Beneath the moist earth, something wakes. Shifting from beneath the soil, it erupts in silence from the ground. Its emergence reverberates throughout the wild. Far off, a wolf howls in mourning for what will soon pass. It pulls itself from the darkness and breathes. It blinks. Bzzz. Alex mutters, absent-mindedly, opening and closing the car's electric window for the 10th time in 2 minutes. You grit your teeth. You only just got back on the road after your truck stop break, and Alex has already fiddled with every button within reach. You're left to steer the car and navigate using a ridiculously oversized map. Alex gets bored of the window, sighs, then turns to you. Can you just let me hold the map? No, I can do this just fine, you reply. The two of you already missed one turn off this trip because Alex lost track of your route. It's best for you to just take care of everything. It's late afternoon on a rural back road deep within the Black Hills. The sun is high, but the air is cold. Tall pine trees and rolling valleys stretch as far as you can see in every direction. Crisp autumn air drifts in through Alex's open window. Then you hear an electronic buzz for a moment, and suddenly it appears again. On and off. On and off. You bite your tongue and keep silent. Alex turns on the radio. You hear a harsh screech of static as they start scanning through different frequencies. This is all pointless. You're way out of signal range. The only song you can pick up is a heavily distorted Neil Diamond single. So we have a choice now. Ask Alex to stop or try to just ignore the sound. Ask Alex to stop or ignore the sound. Up to you.
Was that a choice of ignoring Neil Diamond?
Yeah, just try and ignore everything or ask her to stop.
Stop.
I'm trying to remember what we did when we played as Alex, but I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just say stop. Okay.
Honey, if you stop, I'll let you play with the map. Bad American accent, that was. Honey, if you stop, I'll let you play with the map. Right, we're at 3-3 at the moment. 3 for ignore, 3 for stop. Does anybody else wish to cast a vote? We have some lurkers. If you are lurking, please cast a vote. We have 3 lurkers who've not yet voted. Ask Alex to stop fiddling with the windows and the radio and everything all around her, or just try to ignore it all. Keith says ignore.
Go on, lad.
4-3. We're down to 8 in chat. So ignore wins. Go to 96. You ignore the droning radio and do your best to focus on driving. Alex shifts about in her seat. She fidgets, reads out passing signs, and makes minor small talk. You remember to answer every question with more than a single word. Dr. O'Brien told you both that communication was the most important part of a relationship. You were skeptical, but Alex seems happier after just a few minutes of conversation. The two of you joke about watching for a wandering deer that might suddenly stagger out in front of your car. At one point, Alex presses her hand against your knee and squeezes affectionately. You can't help but smile. Not far now, you say. Good, I can't wait to stretch my legs. You continue deeper into the forest. The little road that you're on winds erratically, dipping up and down as it weaves between hills. The sky gets lost in the branches of pine trees. As the evening shadows lengthen, you feel cold seeping in from outside. Slan, you were too slow with your vote. Slan, you were too slow. The sun gradually sets. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing the road ahead, just a few feet at a time. Finally, they drift over the front of a cabin, reflecting off 2 windows on either side of a front door, glaring back at you like watchful eyes. You pull up and park. Finally, Alex sighs, stepping out onto the gravel driveway. You haul yourself out of the seat, stretch your back, and walk over to the trunk to get your bags. It's cold here. The cold night air seizes around you like a vice. You weren't expecting it to be this chilly. Are you hungry? Alex asks, while you try to keep from shivering. Joker, can you make me a roll, please?
75.
75. You say 75. That is a. Oh, do we use 5 luck points? I'm going to roll our luck. Okay. We have very average luck, 50.
Yeah, use 5.
Do we use 5 luck points to pass this check or not? We failed by 5.
I vote yes.
Use luck, don't use luck. It is very early, but it's only 5 points. Joe,
how many points do we have to use altogether?
50.
I swear we only used it once last week.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Okay. So we've got 4 votes out of 8 going for use luck. So we're going to use 5 luck. Okay. So the cold doesn't affect us. Do we say we're hungry or do we say we're not hungry? Hungry or not? Everyone's saying use luck. Yeah. So everyone is coming with the later votes as confirmed. Right. Do we say we're hungry or do we say we're not hungry? Hungry or not hungry?
Are we hungry?
Hungry. Both of you go for hungry. I'm hungry. We're a man. We're hungry. Make me a sandwich.
Literally.
Are we hungry?
Make me a sandwich. 105. Okay. Please? Burgers? Alex smiles. Sure. You drag the bags to the cabin and unlock the door. You stick one hand inside, feel for the light switch, then flick it on. Alex peeks inside and nods approvingly. Wow, super cozy. Turn to 327. The cabin isn't very big. Your brother Mark, who owns the place, really exaggerated how luxurious it was. There's only one main room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen. There's no microwave. Both the oven and the stove use gas. You see 2 doors, one leading to the rear of the cabin, while another leads to a tiny bathroom. You know just what it's going to, start that again. You just know it's going to be freezing in there. On the wall opposite the bed is a TV and VCR unit sitting on top of a cupboard. The whole cabin is lit by muted yellow bulbs. It's not dark, but it's not quite light either. The sight of the bathroom reminds you you've just spent several hours driving. You excuse yourself and dart inside. While you're washing your hands, you catch sight of yourself in the mirror. There are bags under your eyes. You stop and sigh. Weekend getaway? Is this really going to solve all yours and Alex's problems? Okay, do we feel confident about this weekend, or do we doubt that this vacation will fix our relationship? Hello, Hungar. So are we confident or do we doubt?
Confident.
Confidence all the way. For now.
Especially because she squeezed our knee. Oh, yes, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna fix everything, isn't it? It's gonna
One knee squeeze, that's it, relationship fixed.
Yeah.
A bit of small talk.
Forget the small talk. Yeah. It's only Nerdy Ogre who's doubting. Everybody else trusts our manliness.
Something you want to tell us, Nerdy Ogre? No, I'm joking.
Okay. Where were we? What number were we? Oh, there we are. Confident. 124. There's no sense in brooding. You came out here for a reason. You love Alex. You want to make this work. You can spend all day guessing how things will end up, but it won't change anything. All you can do is be the kindest and most loving person you can. Whether or not that will be enough is out of your hands. You walk out of the bathroom, smile, and try cracking a joke. Woof! Sorry, I've been holding on to that one since we left Pierre. Alex snorts, but you catch the slightest hint of a smirk. She's standing in the kitchen, chopping up vegetables. You walk over and do your best to help. Before long, you're both seated at the small dining table eating together. Alex is not saying much. It's difficult to tell what she's thinking. All right. Who rolled last time? Joker did. So, Iman, could you roll me D100, please?
Yes, sir. 37.
What was that? 37?
37.
We've just passed a psychology check. 127. Alex is confused. That's the only time she ever goes quiet. You watch her pick at her food half-heartedly. She's probably turning things over in her head just like you are. As much as you want to blurt out questions to talk things through, you force yourself to keep silent. Alex doesn't like that kind of direct conversation. If you start asking questions, you'll probably just annoy her. The best thing you can do is just relax. Focus on doing the things you enjoy as a couple. It will remind her of just how good things can be. That's the best way forward. Men can never figure out women. Hey, do you want to watch a movie? You ask. Alex hesitates. The two of you used to fall asleep to movies almost every night when you were first dating. Alex chews the idea over for a moment, then nods. Sure. You take the dishes over to the sink and wash them up while Alex brushes her hair. When you're done, you head over to the TV unit. It's a relatively cheap model from the late 80s, sitting on top of a dusty VCR player. You switch both on, then open a cabinet beneath looking for videos. Mark sure likes scary movies, you say, looking over the titles. 15 different tapes, and you're sure that covers pretty much every major flasher film of the last decade. God, none of these look any good. There aren't any comedies? Alex asks from the bathroom. Joker, can you roll, please?
$16.
16 on a spot hidden check. That is a pass.
Nice.
It's indeedy. 131. As you're leafing through the tapes, you notice something at the back of the cabinet. You reach inside and pull it out. It's an empty slipcase for a VHS tape. It's flimsy. Someone has scrawled a title on it in black marker pen. The Flowers in the Stream. You incredulously read the name aloud. What's that? Alex asks, coming out of the bathroom. Empty case. Oh, excuse me, my eyes are playing up. We should have stopped at a video store. I think these are all bootlegs. Alex walks over to you. They're smiling. Maybe she did some soul searching in the bathroom too. Is the tape still in the VCR? She asks. You lean over and press the eject button. There is a whirring of mechanical internals, and the unit spits out a tape. Aha! Alex says, stepping forward to pull you into a hug. Thank you, Charlie, she says. She rests her head on your shoulder for a second while you stand there holding the tape. She sighs. I love you. Aww. I'm ticking the box, the flowers in the stream. Do we respond lovingly or do we change the subject? Respond lovingly or change the subject?
Lovingly, at least try. We're trying to save the weekend for now.
When we played as Alex, we changed the subject in the equivalent one here.
Did we?
Yes.
Well, I voted for Lovingly. I remember that.
Yeah. Nerdy Ogre's being loving now. Lee Baker's being loving. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, everyone's in a loving mood.
Let's keep that same energy for next year, guys.
You smile at Alex before replying. I love you too. The two of you stay quiet for a moment afterwards and enjoy the silence. Then you bustle over to the VCR and get everything ready. Before long, the two of you are set up in bed, looking towards the TV with the tape paused and ready to go. Ready to start? You ask Alex. She nods. Lights, camera, action. Action, eh? When the film begins, the screen is black. There's faint music but no opening credits. Then the screen cuts to blurry footage that was clearly recorded on a handheld camera. Wow, is this one of Mark's home videos, you ask? Alex laughs and reaches for the remote. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. That looks familiar, you say, pointing at the TV. Alex hesitates. On screen, you see a wall of tall forest trees. Leaves and pine needles crunch under the feet of whoever's filming. The camera pans across the landscape, creating a blur of greens and browns. Suddenly you spot Mark's cabin standing alone in its little clearing. A dull red sedan is parked out front. That's Julie's car, Alex says. This must have been after their wedding. The camera is shaky. Wind rushes against the microphone, causing a brief flurry of horrid scraping from the speakers. There's movement near the red car. A woman, Julie, is taking bags from the trunk. She's smiling. Yeah, Alex says. This must be at least 5 or 6 years ago. Julie turns as the cabin door opens. Mark steps out, walks over and takes one of the bags from her. They smile and exchange unheard words. You sit bolt upright. What the hell? What's wrong? It's only Mark. Yeah. So who's filming? Alex stammers and blinks. On the screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards a window. The picture is a grainy blur of colours. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer. Then harsh wind picks up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. Okay, I'm going to make a number 145. And whichever of you, who rolled last? Joker did.
Hey.
Iman, make a roll, please.
Oh, not this one. Oh, this is the one. Okay. Oh, fuck.
What you got?
95.
We've just failed a sanity check. Okay. He's got more sanity than Alex. He's okay. But we have to tick unsettled.
Oh, shit.
Okay, what do we do now? Yeah, she may be an eldritch horror, and we need to kill her before she kills us, but that might be metagame. Yeah. If you've played Call of Cthulhu, yes. We need to build all that resiliency so we can before the bottom falls out. I once saw it was in Viz, I think. You remember Viz magazine, Viz comic? And it was a fake advert, and it said, "Has the bottom fallen out of your world? Eat chicken vindaloo and make the world fall out of your bottom."
Okay. Is Viz still going?
I think so. Okay, what do we do here? Scramble for the dial to turn it down. So Go for the dial or cover our ears. Cover ears or go for the dial.
We go for the dial.
Go for the dial. But we have a choice of dial or ears.
Dial.
2 for dial.
I'm sure that worked last time. Can't remember though.
2 more votes for dial from Slan and from Lee Baker. Halakar. Remember what we did last time? Go for the dial, Boo. Go for the dial.
Halakar's got a better memory than me then.
Yeah. It's something to do with what you smoke.
I don't know what you're on about, mate.
No, I don't know either. No.
I smoke nothing and my memory's shit half the time.
Joker, that's because you're old.
That's rich coming from you.
I know, I'm going to say, I can say that because I'm older than you are, and I suffer exactly the same way. All right. Well, you say you're 46, is it? I know Iman's going to be 30 soon.
Next year.
Joker, you're late 40s, 46, 47-ish?
43, 44.
I thought you were older. I thought you told me you were older than that.
Born
Oh, yeah, you
79.
did.
We had
Born
this chat.
79, yeah. We did have this chat. That's my memory for you. That's my memory. Yes, you did say born in 79, so you're 43. Now, if you're born in 79, you're 44, aren't you? Unless it's your birthday the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it must be something to do with the fact that I'm not physically reading the book, because I can remember all the stuff I did in Warlock of Firetop Mountain, Death Trap Dungeon, City of Thieves, stuff like that.
Joker.
House of Hell.
Is what Halakar says right here.
Good reference, Halakar. I rate that highly.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Where were we? Go for the dial. 158. 158.
Is he a sinner? Is he a winner?
Steve Miller Band, I believe, wasn't it?
That's correct.
You dart from the bed, grimacing at the ear-splitting noise, and switch the dial to kill the TV. Alex is sitting on the bed with her hands clamped over her ears like a dope. Sorry, it's only a remote for the VCR. There's no volume control. What the hell was that? You ask angrily. Alex shrugs. I don't know. Mark and Julie came out here with someone else. Alex laughs. I don't really want to think about what your brother and his wife might get up to when they're out here. You roll your eyes. That was creepy. It was like a peeping Tom. Well, we know it's not. Alex gestures at the TV cabinet. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? Is Broken Heart... Did we tick Broken Heart for this one? We didn't, did we? No, we've avoided ticking Broken Heart. Do we get frustrated with Alex or do we stay calm? Frustrated or calm?
I'm pretty sure we went calm last time, so calm.
Yeah.
Frustrated or calm? He gets it. No,
Did we have we didn't have a spot hidden check last week when we were looking for the videotape, did we?
We failed it, I think.
But we still ended up watching the same thing.
I don't know whether it told us as much. You learn more generally if you pass a spot hidden check.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Extra lore.
Depends how important it is to the plot, generally.
Did we have the flowers in the stream tick last time?
Ah, yes. Alakar says, yes, we found this tape. We failed on the one in the shed. You and your shit.
Halakar has an excellent memory. Jeez.
He does. Yes. Halakar has all his faculties still.
Meanwhile, Halakar just sat there with 2 live streams of last week's and this week's.
Very possibly, yes. Oh, but we had a little tiff in bed and didn't cuddle afterwards. Okay. Right, okay. Right. Where were we? We are staying calm. 174. You shake your head and take a deep breath. You're right. It's stupid. Let's just forget about whatever the hell that was. You still want to watch a movie? Alex asks. Sure. Whatever is fine. One of those schlocky flicks, you say. Alex gets up and says, My pick? Your pick. Alex smiles and looks over the tapes in the cabinet. Ooh, this is a good one. You lean forward to look at a tape that has a guy wearing a pumpkin on his head on the cover. I think even you'll like it, babe. Somehow I doubt it, you smile. No, seriously, Alex says and slips the tape from the case. It's about this guy who's a writer and he drives up to this secluded town in Maine, right? Alex hits eject on the VCR. And anyway, when the TV set blares into life. It bellows static through the cabin. Thunderous scraping and coughing bounces off the walls. You thrash and cover your ears. Alex is swearing, but you can barely hear it. Then the TV falls silent, and with it all the lights in the cabin go dark. The power is out. Hello, John. It's me at midnight, indeed, yes. Hello, John. Lots of everyone's turning green tonight. Everyone's turning green. It's marvelous. Thank you, John. Oh. Alex, you ask in the darkness. Yeah? What was that? Think the power's out. You hear scrambling in the darkness as Alex shuffles along the floor, one hand touching the wall. She flicks the light switch several times. I thought this place was on solar power. That's what they say. Maybe something is broken. Do you think there's a backup? No idea. I guess we'll need to go into town tomorrow and call Mark and ask him. Great. You press your fists against your brow. That's just great. Your heart is still racing after that last burst of noise. You take your hands away from your face, but it doesn't get any lighter. It's pitch black in the cabin. You feel anxiety start to build in your chest. We haven't got broken heart or blame game, so do we lean on Alex for support, or do we just go to sleep? Support or sleep? Those are your choices. Support. Or sleep.
What?
I think having either of those ticked would have taken away the support option, so support.
Okay. That's a bit of thinking there. Bit of thinking.
Well, my name's not Intellectual Quandary for no reason.
Yeah, look at it.
We're allowed to do it sometimes, just sparingly. Everything in moderation.
Yes.
Says the dead parrot.
So it sounds like everyone's going for support at the moment. Nobody wants to go bye-byes. Nobody wants to go bye-byes. Nobody wants to go nine-eyes. Nerdy Ogre's still singing the Joker.
I've got that kind of brain as well, though my head's been playing it this whole time.
Yeah, there's a few ungreens. I mean, it's not the law. You don't have to be green. I mean, it's just nice to see greens.
Good colour hair.
Oh, Halakar, thank you. If you just turned green, Make sure you say thank you to Halakar. Thank you, Halakar. So who just turned green? I can't see.
Legend Halakar.
I can't see who just turned green because it doesn't say in StreamYard. So who are our new greenies? Mr. Bishop. Right. Okay. Can't do it on the government computers. And Slan. I do like it when regular names get the free gifts. I do like it when the regular names. And Roland and Slan are two regulars. Who else got green? But I think there is some weighting towards people who are present and who contribute towards chat. So it is random, but there is some weighting.
It definitely doesn't give it to people who aren't subscribed.
That's true. You have to be a subscriber, but and there's definitely a weighting towards people who are involved in chat. We get the odd random name pop up of people that I've never seen in chat. But so who were the other two? Who were the other two? I'm gonna have to go and have a look, aren't I? Oh, I am getting a little bit
Pumpkin-y.
tired. A bit pumpkin-y, yes, I will admit that now. It's been a dodgy few days, but I'm just checking to see who got the things. Just bear with me. So I have to go into YouTube to get this.
No worries.
They voted in chat.
Huh?
Oh, someone's wrote it in chat.
All right, okay. Right, okay. CBK Ply. I haven't seen CBK Ply in the channel for a little while, but he was active. Zatirok, that Squirrel Hermit's missus. I don't know who Felipe Budinich is, but Zatirok's Squirrel Hermit's missus, so that's good. So thank you, Halakar. Very, very nice of you. Good man. Good chap. Right. Let's go back here. Yes. Roland's already said thanks. He used to be Roland Bishop, and then became RW Bishop. Then he's been RW. Then he was RW Boship, and now he's back to RW Bishop. He trolls me with names. Okay, right.
I nearly accidentally trolled you when I changed my name.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Right. Where were we? Where were we? So we're going for support. 205. That was really loud, you say. You can hear a waver in your voice. Alex clearly does too. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. You hear approaching footsteps, then the bed frame creaks as Alex calls onto it. In the silence following the outburst from the TV, even the slightest sound rings deafeningly loud in the quiet. You feel Alex cuddle up close to you. I'm sorry, Alex says. Don't be. Don't worry about the TV. We'll fix it tomorrow. If not, we can just go hiking instead. You murmur softly in agreement. Alex wraps an arm around you. You feel her breathing on the back of your neck. It slows quickly and fades into the gentle rumble of sleep. The sound is steady and calming. Before long, you drift off too. The only sound that disturbs you is the faint creaking of pines echoing softly through the Black Hills.
They love mentioning the pines, don't they?
They're so lonesome.
In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I'll shiver,
the whole night through.
Yeah, the Blue Ridge.
My girl, don't lie to me.
I genuinely can't listen to that song because it makes me cry when I do.
It is an emotional song, isn't it?
Especially to end a concert.
Yeah. When you wake in the morning, you are alone. You stir in the bed and sit up. Babe? There's no answer. The only sound is the wind outside, carrying with it a gentle morning bird song. You get up and cross to the kitchen. There's a note taped to the chunky refrigerator, which is written in familiar handwriting. Sorry again. Just want this weekend to be special. Gone to town to get help fixing power. Back as soon as possible. Love you. You set the note down. Looks like you have a few hours to yourself. Do we have some breakfast or do we go out for a walk? Breakfast or walk?
Breakfast. Breakfast.
I've seen that meme as well, yes. Breakfast. Everyone's going for breakfast. It's a very non-politically correct meme, isn't it?
These days, yeah.
Yes. Very nice. Not politically correct at all, but it's funny.
One thing I do want to point out, though, without getting too political or whatever, is it doesn't matter what race you are, you still look like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Halakar, what happens is the start is different. The central portion of the adventure is the same, and the end of the adventure diverges. So we're into that. It's like an hourglass. We're in that central section now. This is where it just refers to Alex or Charlie as your partner. So this bit is played exactly the same as Alex or Charlie.
Also, it shares paragraph numbers and stuff.
Yeah, it does for this section. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame they didn't make it a little bit longer and have you have the experience of driving off and
when they're separated.
Yeah. But hey ho.
I mean, I can see merits to both, to be fair, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay. You scrounge up some bacon and eggs. The spit and sputter of cooking fat fills the kitchen. The leaden quiet out here is unsettling. More than once you make to turn the radio on before remembering that it won't work with the power out. You poke at your eggs idly with a spatula and slowly run your eyes across the room. They land on the dormant television set. Your heartbeat quickens. You frown. It's embarrassing how much that stupid videotape affected you. You roll your eyes and turn off the gas. You eat your hearty breakfast in silence. Once you're done and have washed the dishes, you realize you've got nothing else to do, so you decide to go out for a walk. Do we leave right away, or do we wait a few moments in case Alex returns? Leave straight away.
Did we do last time?
We didn't have breakfast, I don't think.
We didn't last time, no. So we'll go for the walk now or wait a few moments. La chanson de Roland. Song of Roland.
I don't think we waited last time, did we?
We didn't have the opportunity.
No, we didn't.
So what do you pair want to do?
See what happens if we wait.
Okay. So 2 votes for walking straight away. How many votes for waiting?
I'm going to say wait. I took a while to think, but I say wait.
Okay. So 4 for waiting, 2 for walking, including you pair.
I'm only saying that because we have spot hidden. So
we're 4-3 at the moment. There are 3 people here who have not yet voted. I've run out of port. Probably got 10 minutes tops left on the stream. Another vote for walk. We're now level. 4-4. Walk and wait. Slans pushed it in favour of wait. 5-4. Okay. We are waiting because we've hit the 5, which is the half, and whoever votes now can only tie at best. So we're waiting. That's the way I've always done it. So 41. You loiter in the front of the cabin for a few minutes, pacing, and check your watch. There's no sign of your partner, just the sun getting higher in the sky and the world outside warming in its rays. You sit for a moment on a little plastic chair by a pile of chopped firewood. Whichever of you didn't roll last time, make a roll. I think it was it.
I rolled 95. Was that the last one?
You rolled, have you, Joker?
Yeah.
What did you roll?
34.
34. It was a spot hidden check, and that's a pass.
Oh, awesome. Look, wow. What a guess from me.
An unusual shape catches your eye, and you do a double take. A large axe has fallen between the wood pile and the wall of the cabin. You stand up, bend down, and pry it carefully from its resting place. It's covered in cobwebs. You set the axe against the wall by the door and dust off your hands. You take another glance down the driveway, but the road is still empty. No sense waiting any longer. You decide to begin your walk alone. You exit the house, take a deep breath of forest air, then head down a nearby walking trail. It has been worn smooth by the hiking shoes of innumerable vacationing families. The forest grows thicker around you as you walk. Unseen critters skitter past in the underbrush. Birds move through the branches above, calling out and shaking pine needles to the forest floor. You come across a blueberry bush alongside the trail. Right.
Oh, no.
It says tick lumberjack on the log sheet.
Hey.
So you found the axe.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Do we stop and collect berries, or do we continue our walk?
Continue.
With or without singing?
With or without you. Berries or walk? Berries or walk?
Berries.
No berries.
No berries. I remember last time. Yeah.
Okay. You remember last time? Nerdy Ogre wasn't here last time. RW says no second breakfast. I don't know if Charlie's got hairy
I think, yeah, last week we ate the berries because we didn't have breakfast.
Yeah,
Right,
I was listening. The dry mouth.
So 6 people have voted to ignore the berries.
Yes, ignore the berries.
That might be the right call, chat.
Thank you.
39.
I mean, we do learn some things.
We do, yes. The nature surrounding you eats away at the stress layered into your being. You feel yourself truly smile for the first time in weeks. It happens without any effort on your part. It feels good. You close your eyes and turn your face to the sky. The fresh air and the sunlight kiss your skin. It's glorious. Off to the left, you hear running water. You open your eyes and look towards the source of the sound. It's coming from just off the trail you've been walking along. Investigate the sound. Investigate the sound or stick to the trail. Sound or trail.
It is uncharted territory, lads.
It is indeed. Sound or
We've
trail.
got an axe. Let's investigate.
What do you say, Joker?
Sound. Let's investigate my curiosity.
You sound, mate, yeah.
Everyone's diving in for investigate the sound. Okay, good. 44.
I literally said I wanted to wait because of the spot hidden check, and there was crazy.
There was a spot hidden check. Yeah. You step off the trail and stride through the forest towards the sound of running water. The ground is uneven, so you steady yourself on the trunks of nearby pines as you go. You walk for a little while until the sound of the water gets louder. You crest a small ridge and discover a bubbling stream just on the other side. The water is rushing downhill fast, headed south. It's clear and fresh. The trickling sound is melodic. If the flowers in the stream is checked, we have to go to 48. It is. You flinch. The black marker label on the videotape that played just before the TV blew up jumps to your mind. The flowers in the stream. Looking at this stream, the flowers at its bank and the leaves drifting down on its current, the memory of screeching static rings in your ears. You lift your eyes from the water and look around you. There's nothing unusual here, just the trail at your back and lonely pines all along the length of the water. You are alone. It's time to keep walking. You refocus your mind and head determinedly down the trail, farther down the Black Hills and deeper into the forest. It's a pleasant hike. Sunlight filters through the pine branches and casts up dancing shadows all about you in the cool morning air. After half an hour or so, you feel nature calling and step behind a tree to pee. You are fumbling with your clothes when you spot something. Ahead, off the trail, and nestled in a narrow valley, is a dilapidated wooden shed. And I'm going to write 49 here. That is where we will end for this week. We'll see if we can do better as Charlie next week. I think we're going quite well here.
It seems to be going as well as it possibly could so far.
It does so far,
Yeah.
Yes. Old shed in the woods seems familiar. Oh, yes, it does. You weren't here last week, were you, John? So, yeah.
I think the only thing so far is that 95 I got on the sanity check. But yeah, other than that, we're good, right?
Other than that, we've done all right. But the skills that we've called on for Charlie so far have been his best ones, psychology and spot hidden. And so they are ones where you...
Avoiding spoilers, did you get the axe when you played as Charlie?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, we've followed pretty much the exact route that I played as Charlie so far. But when I played as Charlie, though, I passed all the early rolls, and about halfway through the dice turned against me. I started failing everything. And when I got to that bit at the end, it just absolutely shredded me. I mean, you investigated the sound because it's bubbling water. Why? What's so scary about bubbling water in a forest? You would intestate the sound.
For no reason is not enough.
No. Right. Anyway, we are at pumpkin hour.
Indeed.
We are at pumpkin hour, and before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to pop across to Legion of Myths stream to see what Max is up to, because he's always supported me. And then tomorrow for me, going around my mum's, exchanging presents tomorrow because we can't go over on Christmas Day. But we're playing OSE tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes.
Is it Gene? Is it Gene? Gene's running in the afternoon, and I'm running in the evening. So if you want to play some OSE with us tomorrow in the Discord channel, Gene, who's not been in chat tonight, will be running a game starting at 2 o'clock UK time. I know it's early in the States, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you are. But I'm running an evening session starting 5 hours later, about 7 p.m., assuming I'm back from my mum and dad's house.
Yeah.
If I'm not back, it might be a few minutes later, but I expect to be back by 7. So if you want to play some OSE tomorrow, come and join us. Cheers, Mac.
Go through the
Cheers,
usual
Mac.
channel.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, usual place.
Yeah. Cool.
Nerdy Ogre, there's nothing suspicious so far, is there? Apart from the static, nothing suspicious. Oh, you're just thinking like, I mean, of course. I mean, if you're in a horror film, you have to investigate. I mean, yeah, you have to walk into that creepy house alone. Yes. Because why don't you? Why don't you? Yeah.
That's your word.
Right. Cheers. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Joker, for popping in and keeping me company. Thank you, everybody in chat. Hope you all have a really good Christmas. I'll be back. There's no midweek geek next Wednesday because of my hospital visit. And Friday, we'll be playing this again. So you're more than welcome to come along on Friday. We'll do the same again, and we'll see if we can succeed properly rather than have the Pyrrhic victory. I hope Santa's sack is bulging for everybody, and I shall see you all on the next one. Night all. Night
Have
all.
a great Christmas, all.
Charles. Humbug.